Question number 5 will go to Mr. Brian Bach. The question is, former County Commissioner Bunky Morgan has raised concerns in a series of paid ads in the Chatham News, Chatham Record about the Board of Commissioners' decision not to fund pay for performance bonuses for county employees during fiscal year 2008-2009. To Mr. Bach, what action will you take, if elected, regarding this?
That's one of those areas where there was an agreement between the county workers and the Board of Commissioners. I've seen the agreements, I've seen what they say, and I see that they're signed by the workers and the department heads. They basically say, if you do this, then you will earn this as a bonus. Now, all bonuses are subject to the overall budget. If the money is not there, then you can't pay it. So when I first heard about the situation, sure, we're in a recession, the money's not there. From what I've been told, it was about $500,000 or so, maybe, that it was going to cost to pay those. But unfortunately, after the county workers were told that the money wasn't there, that's when all these positions that I mentioned earlier were authorized and paid for. To me, it's unconscionable to make an agreement with a worker, for them to do what they say they're going to do, and then not pay them. My first act would be, if it's not taken care of before I take office, is to see that all of our agreements are honored.
I've already said that our county workers do a fantastic job. Probably have some of the best county employees in this entire state. But Mr. Morgan's numbers that he gave really were incorrect. He mixed up fiscal years. In years that we didn't give pay for performance, we didn't increase our fund balance, we didn't increase our spending on personnel. The decision not to give pay for performance actually was made by the county manager and the department heads. They came to us and said, at our budget meeting, said, we just can't do it this year unless you want to raise taxes more. As I already said, Mr. Bach's numbers about the savings are flat out wrong in terms of what those positions cost. We actually decreased positions in the health department, we decreased positions in sustainable communities, and we decreased overall positions in county government. So those additions he's talking about, they're simply not correct. It was a restructuring of government that has allowed us to do some things that we needed to do. But I'll agree with Mr. Bach on one thing, and I said this when we had the budget sessions. We went 2 years without giving pay for performance for county employees. That's not sustainable. We have real good employees, we need to reward them, and I said at this time, I'll never vote not to give the pay for performance again, no matter what the county manager recommends.
Two things on that. Ultimately, it is the Board of Commissioners that make that decision, and I don't think we should be pushing that decision off to the blame on the county manager. Sure, they recommended. They also recommended against hiring an obesity prevention director, but we went against that. So the commissioners make that ultimate decision. We've said a couple of times that my numbers are flat out wrong. My numbers come from Carolyn Miller, who is our human resources director. She outlines for me what those salaries are. And it comes to about salaries and benefits and everything else, comes to about $500,000. They are not wrong. They are from your human resources director.
Apparently you didn't ask whether or not these were positions coming within county government. The obesity prevention director was a county position that just shifted her responsibility. The same thing was true with some of the other positions. So they weren't additions. The numbers of positions in the health department decreased from 82 to 80.
Before we get into the one-on-one debate, okay, I've just been informed we've already gone over the specified time for the question, so we'll skip the last question and move into the one-on-one debate.